Have you ever heard an amazing singer and just thought, wow, they must have been born with that voice? It's this common idea, right? That a great singing voice is just a gift you either have or you don't. But what if that's not the real story? Today, we're going to dig into whether a good voice is a fixed talent or if it's a skill that pretty much anyone can learn.
So let's kick things off by tackling a huge fear, one that honestly stops so many people from even trying to sing. It's this deep down belief that they're just not a singer, that their voice is broken somehow.
And this feeling, which this Reddit user just nails, is everywhere. It's that little voice in your head saying, don't even bother, you just have a bad voice. But is that little voice telling the truth, or is it just untrained?
That leads us to the big question here. Let's just forget about natural talent for a second. Can actual training, taking vocal lessons, truly change a person's voice? We're going to look at the science, the training itself, and the real-world results to find out.
Okay, let's get into the hard science of it. Forget opinions. What happens to a voice when you can actually measure it before and after someone gets professional training? Can you see the proof in the data?
So, a really cool study put this to the test. Researchers took 3 total amateurs, guys with 0 vocal training, and gave them just 9 hours of lessons. And the key thing here is that they scientifically analyzed their voices the entire time, looking for real, measurable changes.
And the results were, well, pretty amazing. Key things changed big time. Their vibrato, that nice warm pulse in a trained voice, it got way steadier and more controlled. The overshoot, which is kind of that wobble you hear when an untrained singer tries to change notes, it got much smaller, much cleaner. And the final proof? 100% of people who listened to the before and after clips said the trained voice sounded better. Every single one.
Now, one of the secret ingredients to a pro-sounding voice is something called the singing format. Think of it as this specific frequency that gives a voice that powerful, brilliant ring. It's literally what lets an opera singer's voice soar over an entire orchestra without a microphone.
And check this out. After only 9 hours of training, these amateurs saw an average 13 decibel jump in that exact singing format range. Now, to your ears, 13 decibels isn't a small thing. It's a huge, totally audible leap in vocal power and richness. That's a professional quality built purely through training.
Okay, so we know training works. The data doesn't lie. But how does it work? Well, the trick is to stop thinking about your voice as some magical gift and start thinking of it like an athlete.
Because, believe it or not, vocal training is really just applied exercise science. The tiny, complicated muscles in your larynx that make sound, they're still muscles. And just like any other muscle in an athlete's body, they get stronger and more coordinated with the right exercises.
And this whole process follows a fundamental rule from the world of fitness called the SAID principle. It sounds complicated, but it's a super simple idea that explains how all physical training works, and that includes your voice.
It really just boils down to this. Your body gets good at what you ask it to do. If you want to sing higher notes, you have to practice singing higher notes. That's specificity. To actually get better, you have to gently push past your comfort zone. That's overload. And of course, if you stop practicing, you'll get rusty. It's the classic use it or lose it rule.
So, if your voice is an athlete, what does every athlete need to train safely and get real results? A good coach, right? But it's important to know who the right person to guide you is.
And you've really got to know the difference here. A vocal coach is your performance expert. They help you with the art of singing, breath control, hitting the right pitch, style. A speech therapist, on the other hand, is a healthcare professional. They treat medical problems. So if your voice hurts or is always hoarse, you see a therapist. If you want to nail a song, you see a coach.
And the best voice teaching these days isn't just about some old traditions passed down for centuries. It's a much smarter approach called evidence-based voice pedagogy, and it basically combines the best of everything.
This framework really shows you the sweet spot. The best teaching happens right in the middle, where solid scientific research meets a teacher's real-world, hands-on experience. And it's all customized to what you, the student, actually want to accomplish.
And look, the benefits you get from this kind of training, they go way beyond just being able to sing your favorite song at karaoke. The positive effects can actually ripple out into other parts of your life.
Just take this long-term study that was done on school teachers. I mean, think about it. Teachers use their voice professionally all day, every day. Researchers had a group of them go through a voice training program and then checked back in to see if the benefits actually lasted. And the results were pretty wild. 2 full years after the training ended, these teachers had voices that were objectively healthier and stronger. They were also way more aware of how to use their voice without straining it. But here's the kicker, they even reported better mental health than their colleagues who didn't get the training. They saw it as a long-term investment in their own well-being.
Okay, so let's bring this all full circle. Let's go back to where we started, back to that little nagging voice of doubt that says some people just can't sing. After all this, what does the evidence tell us?
As this person so wisely points out, maybe the goal isn't just about hitting some perfect final note. The real growth, in your voice and in your confidence, happens along the way, in the process of learning.
So, here's the final verdict, the big takeaway from all of this. Singing isn't some kind of magic. It's a physical skill, powered by muscles that can be trained. And what we call a bad voice, well, it's almost always just an untrained one.
The science, the principles of athletic training, the real-world results, they all point to the same powerful conclusion. Your voice isn't some lottery ticket you were born with. It's an instrument. It's just waiting for you to learn how to play it. So the only real question left is, what song are you going to teach it?